What it is. Vader Games in the building. Bonus show. Bonus show. Okay, let me make sure everything's clean first. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Yep, that's looking good. Fill in the comments already. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that the way it is. Good. Yo, episode 46. Why always me? You guys saw me early in the week. I'm back because I still got lots to talk about. CM City, I see you. Big Morgan, I see you. Angel, I see you. All right, all right, all right. You see, right from the jump. See right from the jump. Topics. And let me know in the comments, please. Let me know in the comments right now. Do you happen to know of the show because of notifications, or do you happen to know of the show because you follow me on Twitter and you see the tweets? Let either way, no offense taken. It's all good. However it happens, just let me know. I'm doing a little homework on what I maybe need to emphasize more or encourage those that are interested in my content on what to do. But let me know. Do you catch me with the notifications, or do you catch me because you see the tweet? Now, hopefully all of you have seen the last show. If you haven't, not now, definitely not now. After this show, after this show, go back and watch. And the topics are there on screen. I'm going to do a better job. I'm going to do a better job of time stamping. All right. So topic wise, you're able to just like quickly just click and get to the topic. But I'm gonna mess around with that. CM City goes, ooh, my guy. CM City is the first to reply, and he goes, followed by tweets because I find out earlier. Smart, smart. I respect that. Thank you so much. Big Morgan goes, David Silva told me about you, Vader. Oh, my guy. All right. Got the smile. If I was watching this, I'd hit a like. Thank you, Big Morgan. I appreciate that. Now, these topics are wild. And I told you last show, the support, the encouragement, the comments, healing me. There's a battery in my back right now. And I hope that to continue. What I have been messing around with, and I'm going to put this on screen for you right now, is it's more of an interaction, more of a visual and visual in real time. So it could just be better enjoyed. And I'm a one man show, so I'm trying to do this all while flowing, while keeping the conversation going. So thank you so very much. This is a special show because I used to do this at like 10 o'clock p.m. my time, right? So I had the ideas, I put them on screen, I would just talk to the screen. And a lot of the support has been over in the UK with the majority of football fans, right? So obviously 10 p.m. out here in Toronto is mad late over there. So a lot of the support and a lot of those that were checking out the views were obviously watching it as a recording late earlier in the day, earlier in their day. So for me to be able to do this now, right? So it's 2:30 out here in Toronto and interact with you guys is a pleasure. And it's an extra pleasure because community, the friends that I've been able to make, Patrick, true City fan, Gunnigan over at Pitch Points, Martin over at Mancunian Way, Adam, who's crushing, ruining, and ruling the spaces. Um, it's just grown over there. Don Smoke, and you in the comments, and then the again, I've said this before, but to be able to get on a few shows like Yigal, my Canadian brother out there in the over in the UK, Terry and KJ over at the Football Terrace, and HH and that crew and nonstop jokes over there at the hut. So I love how a lot of that kind of comes together, and I want to just add and improve what I do. All right, so if the audio is clean or it's not, let me know in the comments. If the visual, the video is a little off, let me know in the comments. But what we are going to do, what we're going to be talking about are those topics there. And because I'm able to stream at this time, because I'm able to do the show at this time, and I reach out to the fam and it's actually able to work, I'm going to have the conversation with my guy, the fam, Patrick, true City fan that I've been able to be on I've been able to be on his show. He's been able to be just on a few shows. Timing just hasn't worked, but he's here today. And I know that man went from work handling his business to then coming home handling his business to be able to jump on the show. So I'm going to introduce him. And if you haven't gone to his channel, True City Fan, Football and Chills, football and symbol chills, and then obviously Gunnigan over at Pitch Points. So no surprise, this man's a legend in this. This man's a legend. Let me introduce my guy, Patrick, True City Fan.
How you
How you
doing,
doing,
man?
man?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Just came from
You're
work.
muted,
No, I'm not muted. You can't hear me.
or is it on
Oh,
my end? Maybe it's on my end. Let me see.
that's
Check one,
weird if
two.
you can hear me. Yeah,
No,
you
I'm
have
not
to
hearing
hear me.
you. Why am I not hearing you?
Wow, I'm pretty sure they can hear me.
Hold on. It's my end. Apologies. Live.
Yeah,
This is live.
yeah. You must have been. That
Audio.
means because you were here alone, you didn't need to hear anybody. So I don't know if you can still hear me. Can you?
Okay, and then over here. All right, let me hear you. Let me say something again.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
No, I'm not hearing you.
How is that
Patrick, do me
possible?
a favor. Can you
I'll
can
come
you
off and
exit and
come
come
back
back?
in.
Let's see if
I'll
that
come back.
works. That's wild. I didn't change any of the settings. Thank you guys for being patient. We're gonna make this happen because when he chimed in, I heard it in my headphones. And then I'm checking out my levels here. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. That might have been the difference. All right, let me go to the comments in the meantime. We go CM City goes, have to watch the rest later as I'm making dinner. Yo, 100% multitasking. That's what you do. You watch the rest later because you got to be in the convo right now. You got to be in the convo right now. Angel goes, if Pet Leaf City is done, so I think they're missing a deep structure. Nah, stop it. If Pet leaves, winning continues just in a different way.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There we go. There we go. I got you, Patrick. I hear you.
Yeah. I was wondering if like the mic test was working, so I don't understand what happened. I think it's just StreamYard.
Yeah, sometimes the exit and back. I'm happy you're able to be on the show, man. Did you happen to get a chance to see the topics that are right here on screen?
No, I was actually I was coming from work, so I didn't see. I
No
can see
worries.
from I can see he's like what city is missing player opportunities, strategy, consultant, isn't it? Let me see.
No, no,
Uh,
no. We'll talk about it. I'll put them
will
on screen.
will be the goat. Haaland will be the city. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah, I can see them.
All right,
Like it's
respect.
tiny, but I can see.
Okay, okay.
That's so the
So we're gonna be running through those topics. We're gonna have the convo. Obviously, those in the chat are gonna be with us. Martin Mancunian Way, he's on his way, letting me know. And I think the other crew, if it happens to work, it happens to work. But what I'm gonna do to make this easy, because we just came out of that match against Dortmund, and I know halftime, full time, there's still like some review and there's a perspective that we weren't set up to really have the most success. But what I want to point out, and I'm going to put this on screen, I want to point out what I believe to be our best 11. Okay? And before we actually get into it, you get a chance to see it. Again, I mentioned earlier Martin, he's making his way. He's actually backstage. What we're going to do is all three of us are going to look at this best 11. We're going to review it. And then I'm going to share with you, you guys share with me what you think is missing. And we'll continue the convo. I want this to be a fantastic flowing convo. In full transparency, I got to scoop up my kids at 3:30, so we got an excellent 45 minutes to kind of run through. And if these other topics don't get to, that's fine. Maybe there's another bonus show coming from Vader Games
yeah. I
TV.
see you're throwing bonus shows. I can see. I saw on Twitter. I retweeted one. A lot of bonus shows from you. How you doing, Martin? I see you're on the grind. You and Martin are on the grind on these shows. I had to catch up to you guys. That's why this week I decided to just line up a lot of shows. Been not lazy, but been a bit busy. I think so. I was, yeah. So Martin, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I see. I see you joined into the thread of you're I know.
Let me
Let the
set it up.
God.
So, Martin, thank you for tuning in. Those of you that don't know, Martin Mancunian Way, he's been on the show before. He's been a part of Home and Away, where I give the perspective of me being the away fan, him being the home fan, obviously, and we have the conversation. He's here with us today. Martin, I just put on screen, and maybe I'll just adjust this a little bit. Here's the joy of being the host and having you guys on the show is I can adjust the things a little bit. So I'm gonna make me big screen right here. But this is the 11 that I happen to think is City's best 11 currently. Take a chance to review it, look it over. If you guys have any light changes, feel free to let me know. But the reason why I put this up is because I think as good as we are, there's still elements of our team that doesn't quite complete us fully. Obviously, there's no perfect team. What do you, Patrick? What do you think of this 11? Is there a body that you maybe switch or move
No,
out?
it's just balance that, and I think balance is what we've never had for a while since we lost a natural left back. Like, look, I'm more good with Cancelo being a left back. You know me, I've wanted a left back. That's what I cry for, a left back. Because why I've wanted a left back is situations like that happened yesterday at the beginning where we were all in a space talking about the fact that if you've got natural left backs, you can play inverted wingers because if they invert in, the natural left backs will go and overlap them. But the thing is, our team somehow we always find ourselves in a situation where it's either a midfielder becomes a left back, it's either a centre back becomes a left back. That left back position seems to just be a mystery. So
Okay.
Kolarov seemed to be the only man who was left footed playing there. If I remember, Clichy, so for me, I would love to see. I know as much as Cancelo, I love him. I would still love to see a left back. I would still love to see as far. I can go as far, you know me, as far as saying I would love to just see even Wilson's brand or Gomez just be our left back, and we have a balanced team just for once. Because
Okay.
because I have seen it before. I saw it in the Sevilla game. I saw the advantage of having Gomez in the Sevilla game. I saw in the Sevilla game how our inverted winger was more comfortable that way. And those rumors that came out saying they want to be trying Phil Foden as a right winger, I am for that. You know me, I made a whole video praising that. So I know this is the one that right now we are accepting, but I still want to see my left back eventually. One of these days, I just want to see Gomez, Esbrand, or somebody just take that left back position, and Cancelo plays as the right back, even though he's a phenomenal left back, but plays his natural position, and
Okay.
then we can have wingers just get in because I think every winger will do better. But I also feel just one more thing before you go for Martin is I know that Bernardo Silva was a good winger at a point in time, but I still feel like when you take him out of the midfield, you take speed and you take somebody who's got the legs to chase around in games. So for me, if it was up to me, Foden is going as a right winger, and Bernardo Silva is staying in midfield. And at the left wing, I'm still putting Jack, but I'm putting Jack as long as Cancelo is at the. Okay, basically, do you remember Sevilla? Do you remember Sevilla, the
Yeah.
Sevilla game? I'm
Yeah.
basically taking that back line, but removing Akanji and putting Laporte and Laporte and the Stones. But
Okay.
for me, the four backs are being natural. That's me.
Okay.
I don't know if I've
Okay.
confused you there for a while.
You've given a lot. You've given a lot. I actually had to get my pencil and my note. I'm gonna write that down while Martin goes.
It's just that I feel like that team, the balance, the issue is left back. That's where the balance is.
Okay.
As soon as it starts there, I think it affects the whole team. But
So
that's me. So I wouldn't call
let me
this
bring it back.
our strongest team, to be honest. I wouldn't call
No
this one
worries.
our
No
strongest team.
worries.
Yeah.
So the great thing, I'm sitting here and I get a chance to listen. I don't have to talk as much. But what I heard from Patrick was Silva not Silva's wasted on the wing. Put him in the midfield. Have that energy with him, De Bruyne, Rodri. So obviously Gunnigan is now on the bench. Also pointing out, he said he'd keep that same back line, except he would. I'm assuming he would move Cancelo over to right and Sergio Gomez to left.
That's
Was that
just
correct?
because just because Walker is injured.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's where it
Okay.
also comes to me that I know people are fascinated.
But
to
if
see,
Walker's healthy,
yeah,
you got Walker
yeah.
instead of Cancelo. So let's hear it correctly. Those of you don't kill me, kill Patrick in the comments. He's benching Cancelo. He's putting Walker at right back, Sergio Gomez at left back, Silva right wing. Silva in the midfield. He's putting
Foden right wing,
Foden at right wing and Grealish on the left wing.
left, yeah.
That's Patrick's ideal 11 right now as we see it. I'm gonna bring this to you, Martin. Looking at that 11 or Patrick's 11, what would you happen to say is your best 11 to play, barring injury and things of that nature? Because I just want to kind of get a sense of balance between the two of you.
I don't like your midfield, mate, and it's too slow. Too slow. Too slow.
Okay.
Pedestrian. Which, I mean, Pat's right on that. Bernardo all day into the midfield. If you are going to get Jack in the team, it has to be Gomez because Cancelo and Jack just don't work. They don't work. You might as well. They're basically the exact, especially if you're putting Gundogan on that left as well.
No.
Jesus,
I want your
there
11.
ain't no
I gave
room.
you mine. I want your 11. I want your 11.
Me, Stones over Diaz. I'm not sure. At the moment, I'm with you.
That's
I've
all I
got
ask. I'm not
Stones
going to
and
hold you
Laporte.
to this until May.
No,
Just
no, no.
right now.
I've got Stones and Laporte probably because Diaz is a bit off. Cancelo, yeah, Pat's right, moving to right back. I put
No.
Gomez to left.
Cancelo. No. Pat is benching Cancelo.
I'm talking about if we're talking about when that
Fully
fit,
held.
I would rather Cancelo come off the bench. That's
Yep,
just me.
that's fine. That's fine.
Well, he's playing
Healthy.
right back then.
Healthy. He wants Walker there.
Healthy Walker.
Cancelo's on the bench.
You know why I'm doing that, Martin?
No explanation. No.
Let me explain.
No. You had your time. It's Martin's time right now.
He'll start telling you it depends on opponents and tactics and everything in a minute.
Yeah.
He'll go game by game.
Best 11. So
He'll give you 38 different teams and tactics.
he'll give you variations. But who's your right back?
Right now, it's probably Cancelo.
Okay. Healthy. So healthy, Walker's on the bench.
Yeah, because I think he needs that time out at the moment.
Okay. And at left back,
Gomez.
Okay. Midfield, you said KDB, Silva, and Rodri?
Yeah.
All right. And then up front.
Up front, I've got Foden on the right. I'm totally with Pat on that. I think just look at Foden's performances on the right this year. He's been electric, absolutely electric. Haaland, he's undroppable. You can't drop him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm either can't, because if I'm playing Gomez, I'm going to play Jack.
Okay.
But
I'm mad at
then
that.
I've got Alvarez to get in.
I need one.
He's become a difficult individual to
Can't
drop.
we just have 12?
We can't. This is not Todd B's 4-4-3. No. We need 11.
Alvarez
on the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alvarez can go across any of that front three. That's why he's so good at what he does. He's very versatile across the whole front.
Okay. So those of you in the chat, those of you that are going to watch this on the replay, here are the 11 that I shared. You see it on the screen. There's the 11 that Pat shared and Martin. What's amazing about that is we all have different perspectives on what we think is the best in terms of attack and balance and also defense. Now, what I want to stress right now is we've had what would be a poor start to a few games now. And let's keep recency. Let's look at what just happened within the Champions League and versus Dortmund. Okay. And I think that Pep obviously made the adjustments. We got the win. Okay. But how he started with those 11 is the concern that we have. And what I want to point out, and the reason why I actually put Silva up there at right wing is because of that energy and of that direct attack that he's provided. I'm getting a feedback. Is that me? All right, let me see here. Can I get a check 1-2 from you guys?
Yeah, hello. We are all mute. You were the one who was speaking, so we are
Yeah,
on mute.
you guys were good, but I'm trying to think of what I
It's you who
changed
has the
here.
feedback. I think so.
Yeah.
Did you go
Okay,
to
let
the
me.
Jasper? Just tick no. It's it sound adjust or something or echo. There's a place where you tick that on spot on
It's
Do you want me
already
to mute later?
no. I think you're good. Let me click automatically adjust microphone. Maybe I'll do that.
It's gone.
Check. It's gone.
It should be on the echo. It's on the echo thing. You got to tick it.
Yeah, I clicked echo cancellation. That's weird. Okay. Maybe I was just too loud. But oh no. Okay. How about now? Check. Damn it. All right, viewers, I hope that's not too distracting and that you guys are okay with this. But I'm going to point out that I had Silva up there at the right wing because of his energy and his directness. Okay. We weren't getting it from Mahrez. The reason why I think Pep hasn't quite played Alvarez that much is because, again, Alvarez probably had the longest season out of all of us. And he's a young player. He's bringing him along. Now, that left hand side, I actually find Foden to be most effective on the left, but obviously he can do a job on the right. And this leads me to the whole reason for this and kind of like the thumbnail is what are we missing? And I know you guys are probably going to hate seeing this. I know if Gundalorian was here on the show right now, he would hate me bringing this up, but we are missing two players that we actually had to let go this transfer window in terms of the profile of player that we have. We are missing, and I'm going to put the names on screen. We are missing Raheem Sterling as a profile player, and we are missing Gabriel Jesus as a profile player. And let me actually go to this and point out that there are player opportunities within the squad that need to come forward. Cole Palmer needs to show why it was okay for Sterling and Jesus to be let go for whatever reason. If it is Pep just bringing Alvarez along slowly, he needs to show why he should be one of the names on that starting 11, because we're all pointing out the type of action, the type of directness that we do want from our wingers, because we're not getting it from Grealish and we're not getting it from Mahrez. Um, would you guys agree with me that the players that we currently do have in Cole Palmer, in Alvarez, whatever they need to do within training has to come forward more often for them to be a start, because they provide something different that Grealish and Mahrez aren't showing.
I
I'll start
don't
with you,
know.
Patrick.
I don't know if it's training. Um, I think Martin said something, and I think I sort of skipped it when he once said it. I don't know if he said it on my show or on his show. Uh, I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I was like, no, maybe Martin is stuck on this certain way, so I'm not gonna believe it. But he said, I guarantee Pep want to bring in Palmer and Alvarez as much as people think they will. He will bring them. So I say now I come back to what Martin says. It looks like it has nothing to do with training. I bet you these boys Palmer and Alvarez are playing. They look like good kids. They look like kids who are working hard. Every time they've come in, you can tell Palmer doesn't. He's not scared to take on his marker. But I think all this is coming to the thing we said yesterday. It's coming to senior. These guys are the senior guys, 100 million player. Maris just signed a contract. Should I put them on the bench? Remember, I said yesterday, I was like, yesterday's lineup, it's as if you go to work and say, the big guys, you guys, I'm going to take you out for drinks. You guys, it's your turn. Because the last week, I didn't take you anywhere. Because Stones at right back, come on, we played Sevilla. Sevilla are not that scary anymore. But I thought that was going to be the difficult team in the group. Dortmund, they are not they don't have much of a bite. It's Jude who's much of a bite. Most of their weapons were half injured on the bench. Those are the guys who I was a bit scared of. So I feel like it's just a matter of what, like Martin said. I think Pep just has this thing where he'll bet in youngsters. He'll just bet them in. So he will not let them go and play. Because Palmer, if you're looking at directness, I've never seen a more direct guy like Palmer. Every time I watch him, he's very direct. And if you're looking at directness, there's nobody more direct. And my God, let me give you a standing ovation, Alvarez. You came from South America, and obviously we did videos about you. I was raving about you, but I didn't know this is how he is when you see him in and out. Like the energy. Yesterday, he was everywhere. It's as if it's Jesus, but Jesus willing to finish, because Jesus could stay away from the Edniad box, but this kid was still trying to finish. So I think it's a matter of just betting them in. I think he doesn't want the odd heads in the team to sort of
Yeah.
say, okay, you're benching me for these kids. I can't even get a chance. I think that's what it's all about. But if it was up to Pep and somebody who just says, you know what, I think Palmer and Alvarez offer the second option. They offer a different option, to be honest. So that's what I wanted to say, to be honest, on that one.
So to that point, Martin, Patrick says that they offer something different, but Pep's taking his time to vet them in. And I think if that is the case, Pep's obviously choosing Mars and choosing Grealish because he obviously sees them better suited at this present time to play. What do you think of? And I put that on screen a little bit. Daniel made mention. What do you think of some of the over-critical, maybe agenda type driven points towards those two players?
Which two?
Grealish and
Mahrez and
Mars.
Grealish.
Yeah.
I've
Is
been
it-
having this argument all day about Grealish, and I'm probably sounding like his agent or his dad the way that I'm carrying on with him at the minute.
You can be
I
his lawyer
think-
for the. You can be his lawyer.
I
It's
think
okay.
my issue with the Grealish bashing at the minute is he's never had that run of games. Since he's been at City, he's never had 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row. He's just never been given the opportunity. If you remember, Mahrez was the same when he first come. He was in and out, in and out, in and out for about 18 months. And I said the exact same then. I said, once Mahrez gets a run, you'll see him. But the problem is with Grealish is, Grealish, as we have all, I think we've all forgotten this, is Grealish at the time was coming into, everyone presumed was coming in to replace Bernardo Silva. Now, Bernardo Silva never left. So what you're then doing is you're having to move Grealish to a left. But the problem is then Cancelo got moved to the left. And if you look at what Jack does, it's basically identical to what Cancelo does. And then when Gundogan goes there, it's exactly the same as Gundogan does. So the three of them are just running into each other. They're all vying for a patch of grass on a pitch, but they're all vying for the same patch.
Yeah.
To me, the best way you get out of Grealish right now is simply of you've got to play the right people with him. There are games that won't suit him. And that's why Gomez is the guy, because Gomez will overlap. Gomez will go. He won't cut inside. He'll just go straight down the line, which will take the fullback with him, which gives Grealish the space to work then. But the trouble is, that doesn't work because Grealish and Cancelo just go to the exact same road.
Yeah.
And then they're going, oh, you're here. Oh, what are you doing here? And they're looking at each other.
Both right-footed, Martin. Both right-footed. So both of them keep...
Yeah. So they both want to do the exact same bloody thing. And then Gundogan joins the fray. And you're like, hang on a minute. 3 of us here are trying to get down one road. It's like a one-way street and 3 cars trying to get down. The thing with Mahrez, the criticism of Mahrez is a little bit more. I don't want to see any player get pelted the way those two have. I just don't like that full stop. It's just, that's not me. I just don't like it because we're living in an age where the players can see all this. And I don't think it helps them. I don't think it helps their confidence. But Mahrez has been here for a while now. And if you look at Mahrez's time at City, reminds me of a roller coaster. It's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's only so many rollickings he's going to get of certain players. But again, it comes back to the personnel you play with him. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going on here a bit, but Mahrez yesterday, look at the game. He's waiting for John Stones to overlap him. John Stones ain't never overlapping him.
Martin, do you remember when he played with Cancelo during preseason? They played with Cancelo during these other matches. They were incredible. Remember, they were doing 1-2s with each other. 1-2s. Maris would pass it Cancelo, Cancelo pass it back
Yeah.
because Cancelo, Maris is left-footed and he was cutting in. Cancelo was occupying that space, and they were playing 1-2s. That's why Maris also looks great sometimes with Walker. But even though Walker is not very technical, but that's what even Martin's saying, and we said it at the beginning of the lineup. It's like, why do you have a centre back who's gonna just stop halfway to play with Miles? Miles is going to just be alone. He was just alone yesterday, and guess what he was doing? He was kicking the ball all the way from the front to the back, to the back, all the way to, I don't know. Anyway, sorry,
Watch
Martin. It's
Mahrez.
just that
Mahrez
I remember that.
never crossed the ball to Haaland because he was waiting
Yeah.
for a Walker or a Cancelo
Yeah.
to go by him for the overlap, and it was never coming because John Stones ain't doing that.
Yeah. So with regards to this 11, and I love this topic because I know we're going to revisit this. I absolutely know we're going to
Well, it
revisit
will be
this
in about an hour and a half, mate.
and even throughout the season. So that's why I just want to kind of get your points, and obviously there's going to be a lot more thunder to talk about on Martin's show. So let me do this real quick. I'm going to do my best to
Vader games.
I'm going to put this up with regards to our next topic, and this is after listening to you guys. So I haven't been called. Pep and his coaching staff, they haven't called me up. In my non-YouTube life, I deal with a lot of strategy, a lot of planning and consultation. So I'm going to give a little bit of free consultation right now and strategy. When we talk about, and the thing, I think both of you mentioned this, what I believe from what I've seen from Pep is that he's doing his best to actually limit the number of overlaps that we do as a team, is those are the most dangerous opportunities that we actually give our opponents that choose to sit back and play for opportunities, play for the counters. When we do commit our fullbacks, because they are our defenders and they are our most pacey players, when they are committed and possessions lost, or one of those crosses or high crosses or low crosses get brought forward, we're kind of caught. So I think Pep, in turn, why he's kind of done this inverted thing is try to prevent those things. Now, Stones should never overlap. I agree with what you guys were saying. In the match, we should not do that, because then that leaves not only in that match it would have been Stones. It would have been Stones, or in the future, sorry, it's going to be Stones. It'll be Diaz. I mean, Akanji has that pace, but if Cancelo's one of the fullbacks left back there, there's the concerning. So I think fullback overlapping is what Pep is actually trying to minimize. However, you guys brought up a great point. If we have Sergio on that left-hand side, I feel if there are going to be overlapping opportunities, I think that makes most sense over on Grealish's side when we do have a healthy Walker. Because now three at the back with whether it's Walker, Stones, Diaz, Walker, Stones, Laporte, I think we have a balanced defense for that overlapping to have. I don't think we can do it balanced on both sides of the pitch, but I think when we do have that type of defensive stability, we can afford to do that. I agree with you guys, and I should have made this change. Apologies, I just realized my error here.
You see the team I'm looking at right now. The team I'm looking at, even right now without De Bruyne, can still cook. Even if we put De Bruyne, and let's say we put De Bruyne, you put Silva in that midfielder, that team can cook because there's just speed. Alvarez will cover Gundogan, isn't it? Gundogan, he'll be covering this. Like, at least there's balance, and you can just tell balance already by looking at this team. It's just, that's why I was saying yesterday that for City fans, we have reached a point where you see a lineup, Martin, and you do know it's going to be a pass fest today. You're like, it's going to be a pass fest today. And it happens. And it's quite funny that yesterday, when I saw the lineup, I was like, there's going to be a lot of passing backwards today and no penetration. It's only until the 80th minute we had the shot on goal. Does anybody know that? It's 80th minute we had the shot on goal. And as Martin said, every time... Yeah, and you know what was also irritating is every time when Mahrez has the ball, instead of doing his famous cutting crosses, the ones he does them, they're very perfect. Those opportunities Haaland was pointing, and he wasn't doing anything. He's going backwards. I don't know what's going on with him. I
Yeah.
like him though because I have seen him carry us in few games. I've seen him carry us in the Champions League. But when he's having a bad day or he doesn't really want to beat his man, oh my God, you will throw the remote at the TV. But he's still a good football player. I have seen him do well in Africa. I've seen him do it in the Champions League for us, to be honest.
And I want to go. I also want to go to this comment because I think we need to also keep our long-term vision happening, right? Martin mentioned this earlier. Grealish was actually acquired because there was a high possibility of Silva leaving, and I think Grealish playing that role not so much the way Silva does in terms of like supporting defensively and how much pitch he covers, but I think him replacing Silva and maybe playing more of a Gundogan role in terms of attacking the channels, carrying the ball. I think Grealish could actually be an excellent player shifted this way. Him on the wing, I don't think quite works, but him within the midfield will definitely be a plus. Let me go to these comments real quick. Daniel goes, Vader, don't do that. Bernardo has to be in our best 11. Gonna out. Yeah, no, I agree. I was trying to mess around. I realized I put the wrong names in there, but good looking out. And Ronaldo was class when he came on. You know what? He was. And one thing we can't forget, the panel can't forget, you guys in the comment. He did change the game and he came on as an option. And I think we also have to give Pep a little bit of latitude because I think Pep is going to continue to tweak things, but know that he does have, if it's not working, plan B. We're seeing plan Bs. We're seeing plan Cs. Yes, Martin, go ahead.
On that, Vader, just a comment you said about a couple of minutes ago about the overlaps and the invertedness. Do you remember the comment Pep said about 2 weeks ago about we were conceding too many goals and it was a concern to him? I've gone back and watched last night over and over and over because I thought, is this meltdown? And I needed, because it really got me to me, and I thought, I need to go and seriously watch this. I've watched the game about 3-4 times now. Something I don't normally do. I watch it twice, but I've really gone back 3 and 4 because I thought, am I missing something here? Have I seen something at the ground that everyone else, So, and you know what I looked at yesterday? That was a team yesterday for me. 2 reasons. One, I think he's now a bit scared to go on the attack in terms, and what I mean by that is in terms of when you look, when we played Forest, for example, you've got Alvarez, Haaland, KDB, you've got everyone flowing, everyone overlapping, everyone going. But it left all the back doors wide open, like we've said. And I think Pep, it's bothered him. This right, we're conceding a lot here. And I think it's really scared him a little bit. And I think yesterday was just a little bit of, I'm just going to put the handbrake on here a little bit. I'm just going to slow it down, play our football, and then I can change it as we go. I think there's a little bit of fear coming to Pep with the amount of goals and the way we've shipped him recently. Because right now, we're not on course. Normally, we're winning the Best Defence of the Year award. We're nowhere near that at the moment because we're all over the shop with conceding goals. And we're conceding the same type of goals as well. And I think that's really scared Pep. And I just think last night was part of that. And I saw a stat today, which I thought was crazy. We've got 8 games in 24 days.
8 games in 24. Okay, a game every 3 days.
Like that. We seriously have got to use this squad. We can't roll out the best 11 every week because it just won't work. We'll burn them out. We'll burn them out so quick.
And that was my point with regards to, I think Pep is like, I have to give some of these players a break. Yeah. I think where the anxiety was and where everyone was having palpitations and high blood pressure, and it's because it was the Champions League. The Champions League is a trigger, and many City fans want to see smooth sailings, definitely through the group stages, and then deal with the stresses that come with the knockout stage. But like I said, we're going to continue to have this convo. We're definitely going to go in further depth down the road. And you're going to want to tune in to the Mancunian Way, as well as True City Fan, as well as Football and Chills down the road. Patrick, I know that you've got a lot on the move, and I appreciate you being able to jump in on the channel. If you do happen to have to bounce, just give me a sign. I'd like you to
Oh, the
do a
message,
plug.
the message is already in the inbox. I wrote your message.
Oh, okay.
I have to cook. I have to cook for the young one now. And I'm
I
now,
understand.
I'm now even regretting having that show at 9 o'clock now. Anyway, I'll see you, Martin, and better, man. I'll see you. I'll be watching you. Big
Cheers,
up
mate.
to you guys, man.
Thank you so
Guys,
much,
Cheers,
man.
Pat.
smash the like button, and subscribe to McCunion Way and Veda Games, guys. Support the guys, man. So they're doing a good job.
And tune in. Patrick's show is fantastic. His content's amazing. And we're a community out here, so show some love. Now, too bad he wasn't able to be a part of this. And I think this is going to be the last topic. I think because of where it may go. I could be wrong. But let me do this cleanly. Go from
Vader Games.
Martin. Am I crazy? Am I crazy to think that if Haaland stays at City, that he will become the greatest player in EPL history? He'll be the GOAT of the EPL. I'm not saying football world. I'm not saying the galaxy, the universe. I'm saying if he stays at City, he'll be the best player to have played in the EPL.
No, because he plays in a blue shirt.
Oh, you're saying that there's going to be Manchester City bias, why they won't, or hate, Manchester City hate,
Yeah.
why he won't.
Yeah.
You don't think he could exceed? Let me take this off screen for the.
Hey, I'm not saying Haaland won't or could, because 100% he could. I don't think he'll ever get the accolades he deserved. David Silva's the greatest footballer I've ever seen. And it took him nearly 10 years to get in the team of the year.
Okay. Let me actually reverse this, bring it back. And those in the comment, let me know if I'm talking crazy. But there's the player plays for City, many using the eye test or popularity test and having that type of bias. But I think, especially the way football's gone, and we have so many of these fantasy football league fans now. We have so many that live within the GA and the stats. I think in terms of raw data, in terms of the numbers, there's going to be nothing that you could argue against for Haaland to not be considered the GOAT if he remains at City.
Well, I mean, listen, are we talking from a fan's point of view? Or are we talking from a football, FA, Premier League, professional standard point of view as well?
I'm talking about okay.
Are you talking about like awards and
I'm
things,
talking.
or just
I'm talking about award. Maybe not awards, because to your point, because he's a City player, he may not get those awards and accolades. But if he, as a player, is shattering records from former greats, does he not then need to be put in the great conversation? And again, I'm talking about a good length of his career remaining here at City.
He should, but would you say Aguero is?
Aguero isn't. But
And
again,
he's the
as
all-time City goal scorer.
the all-time City goal scorer. However, if Aguero, would you think if Aguero actually became all-time goal scorer, that he would not be considered great, or if he had numbers similar to Henry?
Well, I mean,
'Cause he's
Aguero
just
did have.
shy. He's just shy. He's just shy of
Did he
Henry.
have the best goals to minute ratio
Yes.
of the
Yep.
Premier League? I mean, I've even heard something today. He was known as Haaland Romano.
Say that again.
So Fabrizio Romano is known as what they call a tapping merchant.
Yeah.
They've now rechristened Haaland Romano. He only scores tap-ins. That is now the new. I think what this
I
is my
actually don't
thing.
care. He could have 150
No, I'm not
tap-ins.
bothered. I'm not bothered. To me, yes, if he carries on the way he's going on this upward curve of 13 goals in 7-8 games, whatever it is, just stupidness at the moment. He's on course to get 20 before like what end of October, November time.
Yeah.
So from us, yes, 100%. Outside of City, no.
Can I ask you this then? Will you argue to those outside of City
Yeah,
that he is?
I'm doing it
Okay.
now. So I'm blue in the
Excellent.
mate, you know me. I'll argue until I'm blue in the face. I argue about stuff from 30 years ago. I'm not I will back Haaland's corner all day long. But you get a lot of this tap-ins, and then you get this. Well, he has 5 touches. Like Haaland said last night, if I have 5 touches and score 5 goals, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
That's
get
all I
that. I
care
don't get that.
about.
You know what? You know what the funny agenda is? The funny agenda is that they're trying to slight City for not playing the same way with Holland. But it's like, why would we? We have Holland. We're going to play differently. But they want us to play like
Morning now.
yeah. Or they want us to play like false nine football. But why would we do that? We have a player
When we
in
played
that
false
space.
9, we weren't as good as Liverpool. So the thing is, we're just never going to get. We're never ever going to get it. I mean, look at the. I mean, did you listen to the? I'm not sure you get BT Sport over there. I don't know if you do.
I catch most of it in terms of like on socials. Yeah.
The guy who interviewed him went, well, talked to him as though, and then didn't even realize he'd scored.
Yeah, I'm not
Haaland
surprised.
had to tell
I'm
him,
not surprised.
I scored.
Hilarious.
He was like, not many touches, no goals, and Haaland's like, scored a goal. What you on about?
Yeah, and didn't you see the goal?
Yeah, and John Stones is like looking all bewildered, like, what? Is he for real, this guy, or what? It's just
It's
I mean,
crazy.
what can the guy do?
I think this is and I love your energy, and I'm gonna make sure to ask this of future panel members. But the way he's moving right now, and whether you want to discredit him by saying it's City and the system, I think that's misleading because obviously Holland has been incredibly efficient, incredibly potent as a striker even before he came here. So you can try to do all your mental gymnastics, rivals as you want, but he was a great player, a great striker coming to City, and this system is just a great match made in heaven. So if he continues on this trajectory, I should say, and what many are saying now, which used to be, oh, he's going to be a flop, it won't work, City won't have the same fluidity, they won't be able to control games the way they used to, it's just not going to work. If he continues to do this and is close or shatters or destroys a single season goal scoring record, his career at City is going to have him become the GOAT. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah. He should. Absolutely should. And the scary thing is, mate, he's going to get 2 months off soon to rest up and recoup.
Yep. He's going to rest up. He's going to watch film. He's going to study. He's going to look at those opponents.
So, you know what I mean? It's like, it's quite scary with where this guy can go. I mean, he came to he as this party boy. He was going to be a party boy and had no respect, didn't have this, didn't have that. And he's everything that, you want out of a player. He's just world. Yeah. To me, right now, he's the most exciting generational talent we have in world football. Forget Mbappe. Sorry. Mbappe's not in his ballpark.
Mbappe needs to come over at the toughest league. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm
Mbappe's
sorry,
doing his thing, but he needs to come over here.
Haaland,
He needs to come over here.
Haaland should be the goal. He should be a Ballon d'Or winner of the way he's going, everything. But sadly, I don't think it'll happen because he's in a blue shirt. And
No,
that
we're changing
hatred.
that. I hear you, but we're going to change that.
I know,
also wanna say
mate.
that-
Like,
yeah.
join me on the journey. I'm trying to get it changed. But when you get interviewers, you don't even know he scored in a game. It tells you a lot.
Well, I did not know the stat. Daniel, good looking out. Haaland has 97 games for Dortmund and City. He's played 97 games. The man has scored 100 goals. Crazy efficiency. Crazy. And it's only going to get better. Also, my man, Don Smoke, thanks for tuning in, my guy.
Man is
Haaland
a
is going to
monster.
be, and he's only going to get more dangerous. I want to point this out because this is a teaser, viewers. This is the teasers. Just so you know, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Subscribe to, obviously, Vader Games TV. You're here now. Also, make sure you support True City Fan. Make sure you support the Mancunian Way. Mancunian Way will have shows later on this evening, which I'm going to jump in and be a part of as well. But I'm going to point this out as a teaser for next show. Okay? Because as we talked about Haaland remaining at City, okay, and what the possibility can be for him career-wise, legacy-wise, I'm going to have the conversation next show about player ambitions and team trophies. They fit, and do the best mixes of player ambitions coincide when the team and the team's ambitions line up, or sometimes player ambitions lead to more selfish desires that don't necessarily mean trophies. I'm going to revisit that. I'm hoping to have the conversation with you guys in the chat, in the comments. But is a player like Haaland and his player ambitions going to coincide with team ambitions? And if so, would that not mean that he stays at City? We're going to have that combo. It's a prelude coming forward. Make sure to tune in, hit that notification button, be a part of future shows. And again, check me out. I'm going to make sure that I tweet. So if you're following me on Twitter, I'm going to make sure that I tweet the show that I'm going to be on next, which is the Mancunian Way. I love and respect everyone within the comments. You guys showed me the same love and respect. Thank you so very much. Martin, thank you for being a part of the show, my friend. And if you missed any part of this, tune in on the replay. Oh, I just hit the microphone. Tune in on the replay and watch what you missed. Thank you all so very much. Vader Games, this is Martin, and we're out.